Hey, a Trick A Week Episode 5. Let's go!
So this week we're going to talk a bit about microphones and headphones. Yeah, everything in phones. Because I get a few comments here and there on Facebook and YouTube asking me if I'm using headphones actually, or asking me how do I get rid of the feedbacks when I'm looping. So it has to do with which microphones you use, or if you're using headphones or an amplifier. So most of the time I will be using headphones because the handpan is a very, let's say, quiet instrument, actually, quite sensitive. And when you will be looping layers of handpans, you will get more and more feedback from your amp if you're coming from the amp. Like if you go out of the looper here into the amp, the more layers of handpans you're going to put. And of course, the more previous layers of your handpan are going to get back into the microphone every time you put one more track. So if you check the previous looper videos I've been doing, like the one called Moon Trip or Where Do We Go, I was actually using dynamic microphones, like not this one, but something similar to this. This one is a Bayer Dynamic M88. That was on the last two videos called Moon Trip and Where Do We Go? And on the latest video, I've been using a condenser mic actually. To give you an idea of the sound difference, you will get more depth to the sound of the handpan, more harmonics, more resonances. But the main problem with a condenser mic is, of course, you get a bit more feedback. It's a more sensitive microphone, right? But the thing is, I've chose from the beginning to loop with my headphones. It's a choice. It's a bit strange because you're really into your own bubble. And of course, to me, it's a bit more comfortable to go through an amp. But the thing is, when you go on big stages, you will get this feedback even if you use dynamic microphones. I've tried it, and I can tell you, you will get the feedback from your playing tracks into the new track you're recording.
But of course, if you get a Meridian handpan with this plug and play pickup microphones inside done by Duncan from Meridian, you will get a nice sound and you won't get any feedback. Or if you do like Hang Massive is doing, like they've been trying and testing all the positions of the pickups, like trying to find the best position on the handpans, and they process it through a digital mixer. If you have a digital mixer, if you can use it and you can bring it on stage, then since you're using only contact microphones like Hang Massive is doing, then you won't have any problem with feedback or almost nothing. And you can be looping with an amplifier or with a big PA and go on stage even with monitors at your feet, right? But they've been trying it, and also the digital mixer gives you powerful EQs and processing. If you can take this on tour, go for it. It's a good way to work. So once again, it all comes to one thing. What do you need? What does your music need? How do you loop? What kind of instruments you're using? What do you need to put all this in a nice and clean sound? You can choose condenser, dynamic, pickup only, or a mix of all this. I'm most of the time doing a blend of pickup and a microphone because I like it. And once again, it's all about trying. It's all about maybe borrowing some gear, trying different possibilities and see what's working for you.
As a little bonus, I wanted to show you for the Cosmo Fiction video, the latest one, what was my EQ for the condenser microphone, because it's not very often I use a condenser, but on the Cosmo Fiction I really needed a deep handpan sound, and there are some isolated harmonics that make the main riff. So yeah, I needed, and also it's a monster handpan with notes on the bottom, so condenser was a bit better. So once again I was cutting 2.5, quite a lot. And I cut also the very highs. Usually it's 12 kilohertz, this high frequency. Of course, the low frequency, I kept it flat because I needed the handpan to activate the octaver. I'm going to talk about the octaver in the next video, actually. So that's roughly the EQ. But once again, because it worked for me.
That's it for today. Have fun with your instruments. Try, always practice and practice. See you soon.